Hey everybody, as you can tell from the countdown clock right here, we're about to get started. If you've been here before, then you can just come back when the countdown clock hits 0. But if this is your very first lesson, then I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. All right, so if you weren't here last week, don't worry, you didn't need to be. We're doing a brand new song this week, and if you haven't played piano before, don't worry, we're doing 5 different levels. You can definitely do level 1. You are gonna need to click on the PDF button right over there though, download the PDF and print it out, because that's all the music for all the different levels. Now, as you'll see in your PDF, in the upper right-hand corner, it tells you what level that page is for. So on level 1, you're gonna wanna have that level 1 page, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you can just ignore those. Just stay on level 1 for the entire lesson. You will want to find the chart though that has all of the notes listed out with all the letters on it, because that's what you're going to use in order to play your piano along with me when I'm playing. So if we're playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, the track would go something like this. And as I'm playing it, I'll show you where all the notes are and where all the letters are. Don't worry about that. But then you're going to play along with me when I'm playing the track. Now, after we've done level 1, I'll show you everything you need so you can practice the song throughout the week. Then we're going to level up, and that looks like this. And now you can see we're on level 2, right? So at level 2, then it's going to get a little bit more difficult, but each time the track plays, I want you to just play the track that you're on. So if you're on track 1, if you're on level 1, then each time, you know, we're doing our thing, we're going. Each time we start that, I want you to completely ignore the notes that we're playing, and you just play your level. So you would play. Because that's going to work with, the track's going to work with your level every time we play it, no matter what level we're on. So we move on to level 2, 3, 4, 5. You just stay on the one that you're comfortable with. All right, so all of these lessons are completely interactive. That means we want to hear from you right now. So go ahead and click on the chat button right over there. Put in your name, you don't have to put in a password, and then you'll be talking with all the other students who are logged in right now, as well as some of my assistants who can help you and answer some of your questions. If you've got a question though that you don't think they're going to know the answer to, and you want to ask me personally, then type your question in the box below this video, and then you'll get your answer to your question directly from me. Now at the end of level 5, we're going to raffle off some prizes. These prizes change up every single week. If you're the winner of the prize, you need to let us know right away what prize it is that you want so we can send that out to you. You can tell my moderator, or you can let us know at mailbag@learnpianolive.com, email us there. You can fill out the contact form and let us know, but just tell us what prize you want so we can get that out to you. If you're not the prize winner, or if you want to know how you can earn more points so you can be the prize winner, then just stay tuned after the lesson and I'll let you know. All right, you've been very patient. That's all I gotta say. It's time for the lesson. I hope you've got your PDF. You're ready to ask some questions. I'm ready to answer them. Let's go. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin. This is Electric Elisha. You'll know why we call him that. Well, actually, right now, you'll know why we call him that. He's always energetic, and he's actually pretty good at piano too. So he might learn this song a little bit faster than normal. So if you're not as good as him by the end of the lesson, then that would be normal. That'd be fine because he's pretty good. But I don't think you've played this song before, right? Scars to Your Beautiful is the name of the song. Oh. Have you played it before? Do you know? See, he's played. Familiar. What's that? It sounds familiar. He's played so many songs, he doesn't even remember. He's like, I don't know, probably. I know most songs. And Nathan, of course, is patiently waiting over there in the in the chat room.
I've played this song before.
You have played this song before. Have you recorded this song before?
Yes.
Really? That's awesome. I don't know. I don't remember that. I should totally remember that. Anyway, so here, but he's not learning the song the first time this guy is. And then, of course, as always, we have Kloppel, who is our impatient penguin mascot, who's always excited to move on with the next thing. So, you move on to the next thing. You get your PDF, and let's move on to the next thing. Let's check out level 1. You can go practice. All right, so then we have level 1 is just going to be all of the notes in order with the color-coded dots. So it looks like this here. If you need some more help on that, you can always go to learnpianolive.com/level1, and I'll show you what to do with all those colored dots. But basic idea on this song is you got to find a group of 2 black notes. That's a group of 2 black notes. That would totally work. That wouldn't work. That's a group of 3 black notes. You don't want that. Group of 2 black notes. You're going to take the top one and drag it up 1 note like that. So you're going to end up on this note. Careful, don't end up on this one. This one's a C. You want this one. This is an E. And we're just going to go from an E to a G, which means, in the alphabet, we have to go through an F. So A, B, C, D, E. The next one over would be an F. Don't play that. We want a G. And if we can play E, G, and scoot up 1 note, that's probably the majority of the song is just that thing right there. G and A back and forth, and then again later on you're gonna have E, G, A. So kind of those 3 are the most important. Probably use like those fingers right there, just like your crabby claw fingers right there. And then we have 1 note right here, this B. So that's just gonna be 1 past the A. So there's a hope that's waiting for you. That's that B. In the dark. So again, it's just a bunch of these fingers right here with 1 B in there. And then a bunch of E's all in a row. You should know you're beautiful just the way you... Pretty much the same thing. Just G's and A's with a single B in there. Way you are. This is the one that's going to jump way up. Now, if you did take my advice and use those claw fingers like that, then that would put your ring finger on that B, so that one is covered, and it would also put your pinky on that note right there, and that's the one we're going to need here in just a second. That's a C all the way up there. But that means that you are skipping the F. You don't have a finger on the F note. Then you jump up to your pinky, and you'd play You Don't Have To. That's just C and G. You don't have to. And then back again. That same exact thing with the G and the A. And that would take us all the way down to heart. And then no scars. Now we actually do need that F. So you have to move all those fingers over and make sure you can catch that F. No scars to your beautiful. And then you do that exact same thing 1 more time, except this time the words are, we're stars and we're beautiful. And then if you want to, at the very end of that, lean over 1 note and you land on a G. That's the last note of the whole song. Or you can just hang on to the A and forget that G at the end. She does it. Alessia Alessia, whatever her name is, the one. Do you know, Nathan, what her name is?
I think it's Alyssa.
Alyssa? See, I didn't even guess that one. Okay, Alyssa Cara. Cara, cool. Alyssa Cara. Sure, that's as good a guess as any, I guess. Probably better than mine. So let's try all of that with the track. Again, those claw fingers, getting that E and G and A. If you can get those, and even if you just like hit them randomly, they'll still probably sound pretty good and pretty close to the song. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, go. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. Up to that pinky. You don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. And then we gotta walk up your scars to your... The exact same thing again. Down on that G if you want to on that last one. Okay, let's try that again. 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, go. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. Up to that pinky. You don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. 2. So anyway, that is all of the notes. Okay, Clavel says it's going to be the last time through. We don't really have anything else to add in, but it would be good to get in one more practice before we move on to level 2. So let's try this one last time. Here we go. Get those claw fingers ready. You got that E and that G. Ready, and go. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. Bunch of E's again. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. Up to that pinky. All right, so that's all of the notes for the just the right hand. And actually, in level 2, we're going to be playing pretty much the same thing. So if you're still working on level 1, that's perfectly fine, because let's level up and see what this looks like on the staff.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, so pretty much the exact same thing here. Like I said, we're just going to be playing all of those notes that we had as those colored dots. In fact, the colors are even still the same. We're just putting them on this threatening-looking treble clef thing. Here's a cheat sheet for all of the notes if you need to know what any of the lines or spaces are. And, of course, you can always go to learnpianolive.com/level2, and I'll explain exactly how to read all of this stuff. But the basic thing that you need to know is that if you are in Clavel Academy level like 2 or higher, then you're already dealing with these guys right here with like the extra little flags and these dots right here as well. So basically the dots are going to mean that note's a little bit longer, and the extra flags are going to mean that note's a little bit shorter. But these are 16th notes, and this is a dotted 8th note. But again, if you're in Clavel Academy level 2 or 3, I believe, 3, you're getting into dotted 8th notes. So anyway, let's check this thing out. We do have these rests over here, these quarter rests. And if you're in Clavel Academy, even level like 1, then you're already doing these rests right here. These are just quarter rests. They're each worth 1, like I said. So that would be 1, 2, 3. And then you're coming in right here on beat 4 and. And we've had that before. When you start playing before the band starts playing, that's called a pick up. So you got to pick up right there on beat 4. We're going to start playing before the band starts playing. And anyway, I'll stop talking. Let's start playing. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. There's a hope that's waiting. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. No scars to your beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. Like the last 4 notes wrong. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to play all of these same exact notes. I'm going to try to get those last 4 notes right this time. And also, we forgot to talk about this guy down here. So that's a tie. So that you can see 2 G's there, and you probably already know you only have 1 G at the end. That's because those 2 notes are tied together. You don't actually play that last one. You just play that first one, and you hold it through. So we'll try that, and let's... Ready? We've only played it once. Okay. Let's try this thing, I guess, one last time before we get to Mailbag. And a 2. Get ready with your claw fingers. Here we go. 3. There's a hope that's waiting for you. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. Up to that C with a pinky. You don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. No scars to your beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. It helps if you don't change your hands in the middle of the song. So that means it is time for Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the Mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
This week is from Crow Rocks 1800. Dear Jamin, how far back can I look in the thoughtful in the Kids on Piano Live archives? We've said all the time that it's been 6 weeks. we had this thing where like the last year of archives showed up, and so we went ahead and just left it there. So it's supposed to be 6 weeks, but at this point right now, it's a year. And I think I'm just going to leave them up there and see how many of you want to look back a year, because especially if you just arrived in the last like month or two. Welcome. Glad you're here. And you might want to see some of the old songs that we did. That also means that you're going to see all of our old mess ups and the way that the program used to be set up and all the stuff before we changed it. But whatever. So you've got a year, I guess, of archives.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level 3 to understand how this level works.
Okay, so on level 3, what we've done is we've taken all of the right-hand notes. We've left them exactly the same. Haven't changed a thing, but we have added in a little bit of left hand. So all that stuff that I was talking about with the fingering before, I mean, I know a lot of you guys ignore me on the fingering stuff. You just like use one finger. That's perfectly fine unless you're on level 3, and then the fingering becomes pretty important, actually. So the left hand is going to come in. We need an F, we need an A, and we need a G, and that's it. Just those 3, F, G, A. And in fact, the G only comes in one time in the whole entire thing. So that is why this has got like one of the lowest left-hand ratings of all the songs that we do. Again, if you go back to the very first page of all of this stuff, it's stuff for mostly teachers, but it might help you to know that this is like how hard the right hand is, and this is how hard the left hand is. And 42% is one of the lower left-hand parts that we've ever had before. So good news, if you're on level 2, you've been thinking about moving up to level 3, then this might be your song. So we need that F, and that F is lined up, as you can see here, with that note right there. So when you get to hope, and you should always be singing all this stuff out loud too. I never say that. I don't say it nearly enough. But whatever notes you're playing here on the piano, you should also be saying or singing those notes out loud as you're playing. That'll make all this stuff way, way, way easier, I promise. So right when you get to the word hope, you should be playing an F. And then you just hang around and wait until we get to dark, and that's going to be an A. So it'd be something like this. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know your, and then we'd go over to here. You is that F again. Beautiful, just the way you. And here's the trickiest part of the whole entire song. Right on R, we have an A in the left hand. And then right on U, we have a G. And then change is an F. So those 3 notes are going to be the hardest 3 notes of the whole entire song on level 3. Beautiful, just the way you are. You don't have to change. So let's try that again with the track. And I'm just going to play left hand only all the way through here. There isn't too much of it to do, but that one little part could be tricky. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. There's that's the F. For you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. You don't have to change a thing. The world can change it. The scars to your beautiful. And you just hang on to that F there. You either hang on to it or actually let it go. Technically right here there's no note there. So by the time you get to like to full, you're not actually playing any left hand, but I'd hang on to the F there anyway. So let's try that one more time. This time I'm going to try to also throw in the right hand, see if I can get all of this stuff right. Here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. There's F there for a little extra time. But it is time to check in with Electric Elisha and see how things are going. Come on over, friend. Goofball. Okay, have a seat. Do you know the first note? Yes? What's the first note of the song? Oh, yes, cool. And watch you play it up here so I don't get too much in your way. Yeah, that's it. What level do you want to look at while we play through this? Level 2. Okay, here we go. there's level 2. You can either play along with him or just see how much he's progressed. I guess from 0, how much he's got. Ready? On your mark. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, go. There's... So, wait, hang on. Do you know the last note? The very, very last note. What's the last note?
Is it?
Yeah, right. So at the very, very end, no matter what else happens, make sure you end there on that G. But yeah, that was great. You know what to do? Point at them and tell them.
Let's level up!
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
All right, so level 4, this is where things get kind of crazy. We're going to try to add in a lot more left hand and hopefully even some more right hand, but you kind of need to know what to do with all of these notes that I've given you. If you need more help than I can explain here in the amount of time that we have, since we have Kloppel with us, always trying to push us along, then you can go to learnpianolive.com/level4. That will help with this all make more sense. So basically, this all right here is the F chord section. This all is the A minor chord section. This all is the F chord section, and those chords are listed on the next page. So if you want to know what an A minor chord is, either if you already know how to read sheet music, you can use that chart right there, or if you're more visual like I am and you just want a picture of what you're supposed to play, here's your picture: A's and C's and E's. So any A's and C's and E's, or A's and C's and E's, any of that stuff is just fine during the A minor section. During the F chord, you'd want to play F's and A's and C's because those are the 3 notes that make up the F chord. So let's try just adding in some of those notes along with the melody. So for example, on the F chord, there's a hope. Well, that's hope, and that's the F chord section. So I could play like any of those notes there. These are all F's and A's and C's because those are all allowed in the F chord. Cool. So I'm going to try just right hand and add in all that stuff. By the way, if you're just going to do what's written here, this part right here. Bum, 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 dum, 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 all that stuff is there on the left hand. It's just perfect fifths like we've been doing, I think, for like the last 3 weeks or so. We've been doing perfect fifths. So it's basically level 3 stuff, but with that additional perfect fifth above it. And the crazy tough rhythm of doing that all the way through, along with playing all of the chords and stuff in your right hand. But anyway, I'm going to just focus on playing those chords in there. If you're on level 1 through 3, you just do your version. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3. There's a... That's A minor. You should know. You just are. Change the thing. The scars to your that additional G in there. Okay, cool. So then that's all of the stuff from the right hand. And like I said, you can add in more chord tones in the left hand if you want. So let's try some of that. I'll play, I guess, both hands together. Let's try it. And then we'll get to our feature of the day with Nathan. Today's going to be a tricky one. Here we go. There's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're just the way you are. The world can change its mind. There's scars to your beauty, stars. Something kind of like that. You got lots and lots of options there for extra notes to throw in. So you can just do, I think it was last week's mailbag question about how many notes we can add in and stuff. You can just add in 1 or 2. You don't have to do all the notes that I'm doing. But it is time for our feature of the day, which means it is time for us to also have Nathan participate in this one. And this isn't entirely fair. This is Wedding Wars, if you remember that came from before. Nathan,
Yes.
has a thing called perfect pitch. So I can just like play a note and he just knows what the note is without even like looking at it. He when he hears an A, it sounds like an A to him. I don't have that, and I'm jealous. But he does. So some of these listening games are not entirely fair with Nathan, but see if you can get as many at home as he gets with perfect pitch. This is Wedding Wars. Do you remember how this one works, Nathan?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so the two songs that we're listening for are either the wedding song, Here Comes the Bride, or Star Wars. Right? So the first two notes of the wedding song. Right? Or the first two notes of Star Wars. If you want to be totally technical about it, the first one's called a perfect fourth, and the second one's called a perfect fifth. The perfect fifth is the Star Wars one. Perfect fourth is the wedding one. But we're just going to call them wedding or wars. So here we go, Nathan. I'm going to play you two notes. Let everyone at home get two guesses in before you tell us what you think it is. Ready? Here's our first one. And one more time. Was that wedding or wars?
Wars.
That was wedding. Yeah. Do you know what the notes are that I was playing? Do you know what that one is? It's an A flat. That's so ridiculous to me. Okay, yes. So it's an A flat and a D flat. It was a wedding song. Okay, so here is the next one. Ready? One more time. Wedding song or wars? Star Wars.
Star Wars.
It is Star Wars indeed. Do you know what the two notes are that I played?
D and A.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay, cool. Let's go again. See, I told you it's not fair. Here we go. Two more. Wedding song or Star Wars? And
Wedding.
that is the Star Wars theme. Do you know what the notes are that I played? Do you know what that one is? That's an F, and that one is a C. Oh my goodness. If I could do that, I don't know what I would do, but I'd be better than I am. All right, here we go. So the last one here. One more time. Okay, what do you think? Wedding song or Star Wars?
Star Wars.
That is the wedding song, going from an F up to a B flat. So let us know how you did at home by filling out the survey at the end of the lesson. And I guess this is the part where you point at them, Nathan, and tell them, let's level up.
Let's level up.
Nice. Oh, what? No?
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
Wow, it just leveled up without all the warnings and stuff. That was, when Nathan says let's level up, it obeys. Here we go. This is going to be level 5 stuff. So we're just going to play all of the same exact notes, but we're going to play them in numbers this time. This is important if you want to change keys. Now, I will point out that this song, the actual original version, is in the key of C. So that means that you'd actually play all of these notes. It would totally work with whatever her name is, Alyssa Carrera. And you could just play right along with her. Usually that's not the case, but in this one it is. So we're just going to see this as number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1. So the numbers here in your right hand would be all the yellow stuff that you can see there. 3, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3, 3, 3, 3, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. All that stuff. And then your left hand, of course, would just play the chords that are listed there, like the 4 chord. So we'd go up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play every other note in the key that we're in this case, key of C. So that's our 4 chord, because it starts on a 4, and it's just every other note. And then we would go up to the 6, and we play every other note starting on the 6. And then we go back down to the 4, and play every other note starting on the 4. And then we go back up to the 6, and play the 6. Here's the 5 chord, watch out for that one. So 5, and every other note. And then the 4 chord. Cool. So then that's all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and just try this. I'm going to try to call out the numbers, and then Elisha is on his way in, and he is going to be showing us what he knows. Here we go. And a 1, 2, go. 3, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. No, you're beautiful, just the way you are. You don't have to change a thing. The world can change its heart. Scars to your beautiful. All right, so that's kind of what we're doing, except I didn't call out most of the numbers. I just said it. But yeah, Elisha's already here, and he is ready to check in. So come on over, my friend. Okay. How do you feel about the song, man? Yeah? Thumbs up. Okay. Level 2? Yeah? Okay. Let's go to level 2. And you've got your track there on your mark. Get set. You can either play along with him or just see how he's been doing. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. There's. Huh? Then you don't have to change a thing. The world can change its. To your beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful. Oh! You got your last note in there. Nice work. All right. Well, the truth is, Electric Elisha, everyone else feels that same way, but not necessarily about the song. Some of them are just waiting to find out, did I win the raffle or not? Let's find out. Thanks everybody for joining us. We're gonna be having a baby here soon, so we may not have a live lesson next week, but if we do have a live lesson, it's gonna be I'm Bad, because that's one of the songs in the Despicable Me movie that's coming out very, very soon. So we're looking forward to that, and I guess we'll see you next time, whenever next time is, the next week or the week after. Bye! Hey, you're still here. Me too. Well, here's what needs to happen next. First of all, click on the survey button. That is probably like right over here. Maybe if you're on the iPad, it's like down here below the video. Anyway, it's right around there. Click on that. Let us know how we did today, and also ask us any questions you might have about this lesson or about any other lesson. You might even be the mailbag winner if you include your name in that. And then after that, you're gonna go to the music challenge, which is a button probably right up here, up above the video. And so click on the music challenge. You can come back every single day and fill out the code thing and get your points for doing that. So you got your music music challenge thing to do after you do the survey. And then after you've practiced the song up, then go to the one up here that says, right over here probably, student videos, and then take a video of yourself on your phone or your iPad or whatever, and then send us your video, and maybe you could even be the featured video and get points for doing that. And then if you have any questions, click the contact button that's also up there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know. But click on that, let us know if you have any questions, and we'll see you back here next week. All right, thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun. See ya.